My girlfriend is a vampire. Chapter 1. The Revelation. Jack Harris was an ordinary college student living in the small town of Blackwood. His life flowed predictably until he met Liliana Lancaster. Lily was new to the college and immediately attracted everyone's attention with her extraordinary beauty and mysterious aura. Jack was no exception. They quickly developed a passionate and romantic relationship. One evening, as Jack and Lily were walking through the park, he noticed that her skin appeared unusually pale under the moonlight, almost transparent. He didn't give it much thought, attributing it to a trick of the light. But the more time he spent with Lily, the more oddities he noticed. She avoided sunlight, never ate in his presence, and always seemed cold to the touch. One night, as Jack was walking Lily home, they encountered a group of thugs. One of them attempted to attack Lily, and then something incredible happened. Lily, with extraordinary speed and strength, repelled the attacker, her eyes glowing red. The thugs scattered, leaving Jack in shock. Lily remained completely calm, as if nothing unusual had happened. "Lily, what was that? Who are you?" Jack stammered, unable to find the words. Lily sighed deeply and, looking straight into his eyes, said, "Jack, I need to tell you something. I am a vampire." These words struck like thunder. Jack stood there, unable to believe his ears. His world crumbled, and reality seemed distorted. "A vampire? That's impossible," he whispered. "I understand it's hard to accept," Lily said, stepping closer to him. "But it's the truth. I was born a vampire several centuries ago. I don't want to hurt you, Jack. I love you and hoped I could live a normal life with you. But now that you know, I can't hide it anymore." Jack didn't know what to do. His mind was torn between fear and love, between doubt and belief. He looked at Lily, her eyes full of sincere sadness and hope. "I don't know what to say," he finally said. "But I love you, Lily, and if you're a vampire, then I'll accept it. We'll get through this together." Lily smiled, and for the first time in a long time, her eyes filled with tears of joy. Jack hugged her tightly, feeling his heart beat in unison with hers. Chapter 2. New Reality. The day after Lily's revelation, Jack felt like he was in a fog. He tried to act normal, but thoughts of the night's events wouldn't leave his mind. He couldn't focus on his classes, constantly returning to the moment when Lily confessed her true nature to him. That evening, they met at a cafe. Lily looked calm, but Jack noticed the tension in her eyes. They ordered coffee, although Lily barely touched hers. "I understand this is hard for you to accept," she began, breaking the silence. "If you have questions, I'll try to answer them." Jack sighed and, looking into her eyes, said, "Tell me everything. How did it all start?" Lily leaned back in her chair and began her story. "I was born in the late 18th century. My parents were poor farmers, and life was hard. One day, a group of strange people attacked our village, hunting young girls. I was among those taken. They turned out to be vampires and made us like them. Since then, I've been condemned to eternal life and eternal thirst for blood." Jack listened to her story with bated breath. He realized that behind her appearance lay centuries of pain and loneliness. "And how do you live now? Do you drink blood?" he asked, trying not to reveal his fear. Lily nodded. "Yes, I need to drink blood to survive. But I don't kill people. I've found a way to get blood from medical sources. It's not a perfect solution, but it allows me not to become a monster." Jack felt relieved, but the questions didn't end. "What about other vampires? Do you have enemies?" Lily looked away, as if remembering something. "There's one, Marcus. He was my mentor when I first became a vampire, but we went our separate ways. He believes vampires should rule the world, while I just want to live peacefully. Now that you know the truth, we need to be careful. Marcus might try to use you to get to me." Jack felt a chill of fear, but his determination didn't waver. "I won't let him hurt you. We'll get through this together." Lily smiled and took his hand. "Thank you, Jack. I know I can face anything with you." In the following weeks, Jack and Lily learned to live in their new reality. Jack learned a lot about the world of vampires, their customs and rules. Lily, in turn, tried to adapt to life among humans without drawing too much attention. However, the peace didn't last long. One night, while returning home, Jack noticed a strange figure following him. He quickened his pace, but the figure didn't fall behind. When Jack finally reached his apartment, his heart pounded with fear. He turned and saw Marcus. "Jack, we need to talk," Marcus said, his voice icy. Chapter 3: Secrets of the Past. Marcus stood at the doorstep, his eyes gleaming coldly. Jack felt like a cornered animal, but decided not to show fear. "What are we going to talk about?" Jack asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Marcus smirked. "About Lily, of course. I know she told you about herself. You don't understand the danger she's dragged you into. Vampires are not to be trifled with." Jack took a step back, trying to keep his distance. "Lily doesn't want to harm anyone. She just wants to live peacefully. Why are you pursuing her?" Marcus stepped forward, his gaze growing even more piercing. "She belongs to our world, Jack. She can't just leave. And you are the weak link. Through you, I can make her return." Jack felt a shiver run through his body, but he wasn't going to give up. "You underestimate us, Marcus. We'll fight for our love." Marcus laughed. "Fight? Against vampires? You're truly naive. But we'll see how strong your resolve is when your life is on the line." With these words, Marcus disappeared into the night, leaving Jack alone on the doorstep of his apartment. Jack realized that every moment would now be dangerous. He called Lily and told her what had happened. Lily was alarmed. "Marcus won't stop. We need to find a way to protect ourselves. I know someone who can help. His name is George. He studies myths and legends. He knows a lot about vampires and how to fight them." Jack and Lily met George the next day. George was tall and thin, with a sharp mind and deep knowledge of the supernatural. He listened carefully to their story and said, "Vampires are ancient and powerful beings, but they have weaknesses. If we want to protect ourselves, we need to prepare." In the following weeks, Jack, Lily, and George studied ways to fight vampires. They fortified George's house, turning it into an impregnable fortress, and prepared protective amulets and weapons. Lily showed Jack how to use her powers for protection, and together they became a team. Chapter 4: Old Enemies. However, Marcus wasn't going to wait. He gathered a group of vampires and prepared to strike. One night, they surrounded George's house. Jack and Lily were ready for battle. The fight was fierce. Jack and George fought with all their might, using amulets and holy artifacts. Lily fought with incredible strength, protecting her friends. However, Marcus was too strong. He broke through the defenses and grabbed Lily. "This is the end, Jack," Marcus said, holding Lily hostage. "She will come back to me, or you will die." Jack raised a silver cross and said, "I won't let you. We'll fight to the end." Marcus smirked. "So be it." Chapter 5: Fight for Love. At the most critical moment, when it seemed there was no hope, Lily used her power to break free. She attacked Marcus with incredible fury, and Jack and George supported her. Together, they managed to defeat him and his minions. Marcus fell, and his body turned to ash. Lily fell to her knees, exhausted but alive. Jack hugged her, feeling joy and relief fill his heart. Chapter 6: Unexpected Help. After the battle, Jack and Lily decided they could no longer stay in Blackwood. They set off on a journey to find a safe place where they could start a new life. George offered his help and accompanied them, using his knowledge for protection. Chapter 7: Bloody Finale. The journey was full of dangers, but also adventures. They met new friends and foes, overcame challenges, and strengthened their love. Eventually, they found a place where they could live peacefully and started a new life away from the dangers. Chapter 8: The Path to Freedom. In the small town where they settled, Jack and Lily began a new life. Lily helped people, using her abilities, and they quickly earned the respect and friendship of the locals. But their past didn't let them go. Rumors about vampires surfaced, and they knew Marcus was just the beginning of their trials. Together with George, they organized a small circle of friends, ready to defend against supernatural threats. They continued to fight for their freedom and love, strengthening their powers and preparing for new challenges. Epilogue: A New Beginning. Jack and Lily found their place in this world. Their love survived all trials and became even stronger. Along with George and new friends, they continued to protect their happiness, knowing that many adventures lay ahead, but now they were ready for anything. And so, their story continues, full of love, dangers, and hopes for a better future. The end. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for your attention.